Welcome back. This is Mr. Hassan's Maths channel. I'm now answering question number 2 from the specimen paper B for the 2025 syllabus of the Cambridge IGCSE exam. And this question here is about basically geometry. It says lines of symmetry. So it says write down the number of lines of symmetry of a kite. All right. So this is to do with like these kind of quadrilateral shapes, and we should know their properties. All right. So a kite is a shape that, do we have any here? Let me see. That's a rhombus. Do we have a kite here? Not really. Can I change this into a kite? I can't. Okay, I will make a kite just to show you. So it's a kite is a shape that has properties like this. So I'm going to draw a triangle, then I'm going to, well, I'll just draw the same triangle. I'll copy and paste it, and I will turn it upside down, stick it next to this one, and then I will extend this like this. Okay, so that kind of makes like a kite shape. So a kite looks something like this. Okay, something like this. This is a kite shape like this. Okay, so now a kite is such that it has one line of symmetry. Okay, and that line of symmetry goes like this. Let me just get rid of this part in the middle, just to make it clearer. Okay, so this is the kite. Something like this. Okay, in a kite, basically what we have from its properties are that the adjacent sides are equal. So this side is next to that side, they're next to each other, those are equal in length. And these two sides are also equal in length, okay? And the diagonals, they intersect at right angles. So this diagonal and this diagonal, they meet at 90 degrees. Okay, let me draw that a bit better. Okay, they intersect at 90 degrees. And the small diagonal is cut into two equal halves by the big diagonal. And the big diagonal is a line of symmetry. If you were to fold this shape along this line, okay, one side would fit exactly over the other. Okay, so this line here is called the line of symmetry. Okay, so it has one line of symmetry only. Okay, so write down the number of lines of symmetry of a kite. Well, there's just one. Okay, which is this. Folding, okay, one side of the other. Well, if it was drawn as a proper kite, you know, one side would fit exactly over the other. So that's how we deal with questions dealing with these shapes. So we should know our, you know, shapes, like what a rhombus is, what a kite is, okay, what a trapezium is, you know, what a parallelogram is. All of those shapes, we should know the properties of quadrilaterals. That's one of the things that is in the syllabus. Okay, so let me just elaborate a bit. So for example, here, we have a parallelogram. The opposite sides are parallel and equal in length. Okay, and the diagonals are not of equal length. And here we have a rectangle. It's a type of parallelogram. The opposite sides are equal in length and parallel. All the angles are 90 degrees, and the diagonals, they are equal in length. They bisect each other, they cut each other in half, and they're equal in length. And then you have, for example, a square, which is a special type of rectangle, where all the lengths are the same. The angles are 90 degrees, and the diagonals are equal in length, and the diagonals in a square, they bisect each other, and they are perpendicular to each other. The diagonals are perpendicular to each other in a square. Okay, just like as they are in a kite, but in a square, they're also equal in length, right? And then you have a rhombus. I think there was a rhombus in here somewhere. There was the rhombus. This is like a rhombus. A rhombus is kind of like a square, except, no, in fact, this is actually a square. It's just drawn. Can I change it a bit? Yeah. So this is like a rhombus where the sides are equal in length, but the angles are not 90 degrees. And the diagonals are both lines of symmetry, like they are here, both lines of symmetry, but one diagonal is longer than the other. Okay? So if you compare these two, the difference is that this triangle on top and this underneath are both isosceles triangles. Okay, they're both isosceles here, and they're both the same. Here we have a pair of isosceles triangles, but they're not the same length. Okay, they're not the same size. They're different types. They're not similar triangles. Here they are exactly the same. So here are some of the quadrilaterals that we might have to deal with. Okay, in this question we're only asked about kite, but you should know about the other types of special quadrilaterals. It's very important that we learn those properties, because they could ask about any of those properties. Okay, so that concludes question number 2 from this paper. Other questions from this particular paper can be found in the playlist, which will appear linked at the top of the page at the end of this video. Other questions dealing with quadrilaterals and symmetry you'll find in the playlist over here. Okay, and my geometry section you'll find in this playlist, and the stuff from the old syllabus dealing with symmetry, all the older questions, you'll find those playlists for that from the old specification. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.